song to start off the fucking stream. Cause why the fuck not? This is Cage No Filter Football. Yeah! All right, cool. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Cage No Filter Football. Welcome to another lovely fucking stream over here on the Cage No Filter Network. I am your host today, Marshalldbdx. Kai cannot make it today, unfortunately, because of some family and personal issues. He's doing okay, but he'll be here at another stream. But guys, thank you for being here. If you're here already, make sure you smash that like button, fucking hit that subscribe button through your fucking monitor. Leave a comment if you're in the future. Tell us how fucking awesome that intro is and how pumped up you are for this fucking... Well, I shouldn't be this pumped up because we did lose, but this stream,
did we win?
Tell us how pumped up you are for the stream and tell us what you thought about the game in the comments below. If you check out the description, we have a fucking Discord where you could have been there with us in the flesh. We're not in the flesh, but in person, in the virtual bar.
Sleeping people watching... in the street, Discord.
you can check us out. You could be with us in a virtual space watching the same exact stream at the same exact time, and all of us bitching about the game. So you could have been there, but check it out. The link to the Discord is at the bottom of the description. Also links to my channel, our Twitter, Will's Twitter, Real Chris's fake Twitter, all that stuff. Real Chris's OnlyFans is down there as well. You can check it out. But yeah, guys, thank you everyone for being here. This is going to be the match review for fucking Man City and Chelsea, or Chelsea Man City. And unfortunately, we lost. Over, like, we're going to dissect the game as we go on. Also, guys, if you would like to donate via Super Chat, that option is available. We'll read your chats, and you might even be able to redirect our conversation by doing so as well. So if you do want to talk about something specifically, that option is available for you, and you can do that. And we will have call-ins later on in the show. So stay tuned if you would like to get on the panel and have your say. So I'll start things off. Overall, the game, I did a little bit of analysis and tactical breakdowns of the game and what went on and what happened. And I think it's safe to admit that Tuchel got it wrong. And I don't necessarily think we played terribly. I just think that Man City tactically outdid Tuchel this time. I just think when you look at the game from the very beginning, normally we play a high line. If you've seen our recent games, we're usually playing like a high line with three in the back, which because we play three in the back, we're so solid defensively, even if they try to, get the ball over us, But if you pay attention to what happened versus Aston Villa, what happened versus Tottenham, and what happened this game, seeing that Man City have the proper players and like the high quality players that they do, they pressed us and they didn't let us get out of our part of the field. They didn't let us do a high line. They just didn't really let us play. And in the 3-5-2 that we played, unfortunately, I felt like Jorginho was very isolated in the sense that because he's kind of the single pivot and we're playing with 2 8s in Kova and Kante, I think it just, Jorginho just couldn't do it. It's the equivalent of having Jorginho in a 4-3-3. So I just think it didn't work out in that sense. And we saw that once we got the 3-4-3 in, we looked a lot better. We created a lot more chances, but unfortunately, it was a little too late. Tuchel waited until we were behind to change that formation, which I think was his first mistake. Well, it was second, if you want to consider the first mistake being 3-5-2. I wasn't opposed to 3-5-2 going into the game. I thought it would have been a nice stream. Not stream. I'm sorry. I'm reading fucking super chat. I thought it would have been a nice formation going into the game, considering we did look good in 3-5-2 for Villa and 3-5-2 for well, I don't know if we looked too good for Villa, but we did look good in 3-5-2 when we did Spurs. But yeah, it didn't work out. And that's not to say that I don't think the formation's going to work out. I just think for this game specifically, it wasn't the right formation to use. Will, what do you think of all that?
I'm
what
going
are
to
your thoughts on
start
the game overall?
with the positives, because I think
Go
there
for it,
are a couple of positives. I think Thiago Silva and Andreas Christensen and even Rudiger were almost perfect, apart from that bullshit deflection, which I think came with Jorginho then hit Christensen. I think it was like a really weird goal. Apart from that, they were faultless. Mendy was good as well. They just pressed us so fucking high. I was shocked how much they pressed us. The most intense I've seen City play this season. I think they wanted it more than us. They were on every second ball. They isolated all of our players when we were trying to play it out from the back.
And you know what? Adding on to that point, Will, a lot of people were saying we were playing 5 at the back. No, we were trying to play 3 at the back. But when you look at how Man City pressed us, they had 4 at multiple points during the game. They had 4 attackers. 4 attackers. De Bruyne, Foden, Grealish, and Jesus pressing the defense. It forced the wingbacks to play defensively.
Honestly, they pinned us back. They
really did. They really did. Go ahead.
With as well. I honestly don't think the shape was as much of an issue. I don't think the shape was an issue. I
don't think 3 in the back was an issue.
No, if you're not at your best when City are at your best, you're going to lose. That's just factual. We had to be at our best. We weren't at our best. City were at their best. Bernardo Silva was so good. He is one of the most complete midfielders.
And you know what's crazy? You mentioned Bernardo Silva. You know what's crazy? Tuchel played him in a double pivot. Not Tuchel. Pep played him in a double pivot. Bernardo Silva was playing in a double pivot with Rodri multiple times throughout that game.
He dropped quite centrally. He did drift in.
Yeah.
He is like a central midfielder.
I think Bernardo Silva, he deserves to be playing week in, week out because he has everything. You see, if you go back and watch Pep's title-winning season in 18-19, he did everything. He can do the dirty work. He gets stuck in. He can press well. He's flexible. He's versatile. He's creative. He can score goals. And he's a great dribbler. Our attack was just nullified. Werner was all right. Lukaku, I can't really blame him too much. But I thought Ruben. We'll get on to Ruben actually. I'll wait actually for Ruben.
Yeah. We'll get to Ruben and the subs and such.
Okay. If we're not going to answer the subs now and wait later, I'll just say that. Yeah.
We won't get enough. Yeah. We obviously we needed to step up. I think. There's a few things. I don't want to say like our players were off the cuff and they were maybe a little lazy, because I understand another mistake Tuchel made was playing Conte when Conte was ill. He mentioned Conte felt a little ill. He wasn't at 100%. When we watched the game, Conte didn't really do much of anything in that game.
Can I say something mental, Marshall, quickly? Do you know who I would have played in this game? Do you know who I would have played in this game?
Havertz?
No.
No, Mason Mount is going to say it.
No, I wouldn't have played Mount. I would have played Mount if he was fit, but he wasn't fit. I would have. Everyone's going to laugh at me. I think this game suits a Ross Barkley. Honestly, I think this game suits a Ross Barkley.
Honestly, I didn't expect you to actually say that.
Call me mental, but call me mental.
Who's going to laugh? Yeah, of course he's going to laugh.
He's a workhorse, and he will deal with the dirty work in that midfield, and he's not awful technically. We've beaten City with him playing before with 2-8s. I'm not saying Barkley's really good, but I think he would have been better than what we had because Kante wasn't fully fit.
This needs to be clipped.
I don't care. I don't care.
Just saying Ross Barkley.
I would have played him.
You know what?
If I knew Kante was ill, I would have played him.
There's one thing
He's losing his shit. Go ahead, Chris. Give us your thoughts on that. You know what's funny?
And this is how much City really wanted and Pep really wanted. I can tell they wanted a lot more than like us by a mile. I thought.
Yeah.
Like if you saw like Pep. Like on the touchline, he was doing like every like type of movement you can ask for, like going down to the floor, scratching his head, doing the wiggly arms and this everything. He was just like he just wanted it like so bad. Like and it's funny as well. Like with as well, like even with Bernardo Silva, at the end of the game, you saw him like celebrate, like a proper celebration, fist to the ground, like he won a trophy. Like it meant a lot to him. But on the game, I thought we missed Reece James in that game when he got injured. I thought we was actually playing, decent-ish. Like we was doing good when he was on there. And when he got taken off, I noticed we was playing bad, like not badly, but like I don't know how to explain it really, but like we just didn't look as good anyway when he came off. I knew that, like, and people said, "Oh, Chelsea fans say we miss Mason Mount." I understand, like Mason Mount, he drops in and everything, but like Mason Mount he wasn't in bad form. He was in bad form the last 2 games. So who knows? He could have been bad as well. Go on.
So we're gonna talk about Mason further on in the analysis, but I think right now one thing I do want to bring up, and you brought it up excellently, Chris, is that I felt that the game did have somewhat of a change in dynamic once Reece got hurt. I felt that first of all, when you're down a sub already, that especially someone like Tuchel, who is very tactical, that does hinder the subs you make in the future. You can't make subs at halftime because then you're left with one sub and you don't know what's going to happen. It does change a lot. I'm not saying we lost because Reece James wasn't in the lineup. Not at all. What I'm saying, though, is that because Reece James was injured, I felt that, look, I love Aspie. Aspie is a Chelsea legend, a Chelsea great. No disrespect to Aspie whatsoever, but this was probably one of Aspie's worst performances in a very long time. Defensively, just Grealish just had him in the palm of his hand. Defensive, like just Grealish they couldn't do anything. Aspie just couldn't do anything to Grealish, and even Christensen, Christensen got done by Grealish a few times. It's just that's the type of player Grealish is. But someone like James had Grealish a little bit under control, and when you have someone like James, and then if you manage to beat James, you still have an experienced player like Aspie to back him up. That makes a big difference. Especially when it comes to the amount of attacks that Man City was pulling from that side. One thing, apparently he's going to be out for about 4 weeks. I don't know. Attacking wise too, Aspie just doesn't provide what James does. He's very defensive when it comes to that right wing back position. So I am a little concerned, especially considering how much game time we have, how much games we have in our schedule, and going into the rest of the season. But we'll talk about the rest of the games with Reece missing later on in the stream. But Will, do you feel the same way about Reece coming off?
I think it obviously had a negative impact, but I think we would have lost either way, or we wouldn't have won. Honestly, I think City were just too good. And You disagree, Chris? You think we would have won?
You know what? Yeah, there's probably most likely City would have won. They wanted it more than Chelsea. There's no doubt about that. But I did notice a drop off. It's just weird. When he did came off, I don't know. It's hard to say. I think it's maybe easier for me to say, we could have maybe drew if Reece James. It's probably easier for me to say that. Yeah, but I just noticed a big drop off when he came off.
You've got to then have the same energy, I guess, when speaking about Mount or whatever. Saying if Mount was
No, but I'm saying with Mason Mount, he was in bad form, and who knows, he might not been up to that game as well. I like Mount a lot.
Andrew. I don't think Ross Barkley is a great player, but I think he was the profile of midfielder that I would have wanted in that midfield. Yeah. If Kante can play.
You know what? We are going to talk about Ruben and Ross later on in the stream, because I do have a lot to say about that. But I think when you look at it, hindsight, the amount of pressure that was put on us, if that had kept up, it was Man City were bound to score, even if they didn't get that one goal off, because let's get it right. The one that goal that they got, that Jesus managed to scuff, I think it was even a double deflection. It was it was such a scuffy goal. It wasn't a convincing, dominant goal. It was a lot of luck. A lot of luck. It was just so unfortunate that it happened the way it did. I mean, if you take away, honestly, in my opinion, it's the game itself felt like a draw. I had a feeling we were going to lose because of how pushed back we were and how offensive they were, especially when you have fucking Foden and De Bruyne as strikers. Like at times this doesn't matter when it comes to Pep, but at times that formation that Pep had was a 4-4-2. Fucking Brexit ball 4-4-2, like just double strikers and the midfield, like with Grealish and Gabriel Jesus just come up and just match the defense. There's constant pressure, and I felt like at some point we were going to concede until Tuchel decided to change to 3-4-3. It just felt like a draw to me. I don't know, but I think we did get lucky. We didn't lose by more.
I do agree with Andrew. You know, Mendy did save us quite a lot in that game. He was brilliant, actually. So I do agree with that.
Yeah, 100%.
I agree with you. Like it was very close. But they did have like good chances. But Mendy obviously, like Andrew said, denied it. But like, yeah, that goal was the most jammy goal you can see. Like, it came off. I think Jorginho first, and it like brushed off Andreas Christensen. I think it did that way, and then literally went in. It's such a jammy goal. But you know, we move and like, well, the thing is, we're actually still on good points, and we had the hardest run out of all the teams. Liverpool, they didn't really had anyone, to be honest. Man City, they had Tottenham and us, but like, and they beat us and somehow lost to Tottenham. I don't know how. Man United had no one. They have no one yet. So they're waiting for that. So I'm looking good into this table still, like, and that's why Chelsea fans shouldn't overreact yet. If we lose, I think we got Southampton next.
Yeah.
We got an easiest team anyway. If we lose to them, then yeah, panic and overreact. Well, react like a lot more than because we haven't reacted in the right way after a loss, and then that's understandable. But like, I've seen some Chelsea fans overreact. Not much actually, surprisingly, but they have overreacted some.
Yeah.
We need to start off better in games. We can't get away with this. We've had two good first half performances this season against Palace.
Also, like, let's get it right. Like, come on, guys. Like, first of all, look at the table. Look at the table. If you haven't already done it, this comment exactly. If you haven't already done it, look at the fucking table. We're all equal here. Look at Liverpool. They dropped points against fucking Brentford. Fucking who's their striker again? Fucking what's his name? The striker for Brentford.
Tony.
Oh,
Ivan Toney FC, bro. They lost to Ivan Toney FC.
They drew, but
so like that's a loss for them. Let's get it right. Ivan Toney FC, that should be a loss to them, and they should have lost. Let's get it right.
Yeah,
they should have lost. If you watch that game was terrible, and I've been telling you guys this for fucking forever. And Zenit did not outplay us. Saggy Stocks, you're a reactionary as fuck, bro. But we love you. Thank you for being here. Dude, fucking, I've been saying this for a minute. Fucking Liverpool's defense is as shaky as a fucking old man with Alzheimer's, man. That's how shaky it is. Like it's so bad. Like fucking Ivan Toney put fucking Virgil van Dickenstein in a fucking spliff, bro. But listen, this is why I mean, like, we didn't lose against Brentford. We lost against Man City. This team won the Premier League last season. It's not like we lost. It's not like we dropped points against a team we should be winning. We should be beating. I mean, obviously, I think we should have beaten them. If we got the tactics right from the get-go, we could have beaten them. I think Tuchel made a mistake in going to 3-5-2. Maybe he overthought it. He should have just stuck with what worked, but just 3-4-3. But, you know, you wouldn't think that the thing that worked 3 times in a row is going to work the 4th time. So, I mean, I don't really blame Tuchel in that department either, but you know what's happening. You see how the game is playing out. You make the tactic changes, you know? So, you know, that was a little frustrating. But again, with Reece James being injured, you don't have that flexibility anymore. It sucks. But this is what I wanted to bring up. And again, don't be reactionary.
But you have to violate, huh?
Don't be reactionary. It's Man City. The way we lost wasn't super convincing either. It was a janky goal. It was 1-0.
I think that they should.
But the goal scored. The goal scored was okay. You could say that they could have scored more, and they looked like they were likely to win because they had the more attacking prowess. But at the end of the day, you see the goal that went in. If that was not deflected, maybe Mendy blocks that. Maybe we still 0-0. And this is all if, thans, maybes, what ifs, you know. But you look at the overall game and how the goal was scored, and you take that lucky goal because it wasn't so skillful. It was a lot of luck on that goal, and it's a draw. But I do want to talk about this, and I know people have brought it up a few times in the chat. And I'm also going to bring it up for the sake of Kai, because I'm sure Kai wanted to talk about this, and it's been on my mind a lot, and I'm tired of hearing it, but let's talk about it. Do you guys think this is so stupid? Do you guys think we should change the 3 in the back formation to what I'm assuming Kai's going to say, either a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-3-3?
No, I don't want that.
To me, yeah,
Go
like
for
you
it,
don't.
Chris.
And I always say it, like the 3-4-3 is a good formation. You don't change it unless it's broken. I understand it's not like, it doesn't look beautiful, and our style of play doesn't always look the best when we play against him. But if it gets results, and end of the day, Thomas Tuchel's job is always in a line charge. He has to deliver to his, to Roman. If he doesn't win Premier Leagues, he don't win these trophies, he's out of the door. So he can't play this always fancy style of football and please the fans all the time. He has to get results and get trophies and all that. So you can't change it yet. Change it if it's broken. If it's been figured out, then go to another formation of it, and then we do that. But it isn't broken yet for me.
See, the way I see it isn't even that simple for me. Okay, first of all, I think people are way too obsessed with what they see on the team sheet versus what's actually on the pitch. Just because the team sheet says 3-4-3 doesn't necessarily mean that the team actually stays as 3-4-3 throughout the whole course of the game. So, first of all, anyone who's saying that we can't win the Prem with a 3-4-3, I'm not saying they're the same manager, but look at Conte's season. It's doable. It's doable to win it in that kind of formation. Now, if the formations, it says the same formation, 3-4-3, but they're played completely differently. Our 3-4-3 is actually very, very attacking. And we saw how many chances we created, unfortunately, offside traps, when we switched to 3-4-3 against Man City. Second thing is, if you want to switch to a 4-3-3 or a 4-2-3-1, let's get it right. Chelsea just don't have the players for it. They don't. Who are you going to put in a center back partnership? It's probably going to be Rudiger and Silva. You're not going to put Aspie in a center back partnership. You're not going to put you put Chalobah. We don't know what Chalobah looks like in a center back partnership of two people in the back. Christensen everyone argues that Christensen only looks good in the 3 in the back. Everyone argue, and you could even argue
want to see a back
Rudiger's
four.
I would like to see it back for it. Don't get me wrong. My favorite formation is 4-2-3-1. I would love to play 4-2-3-1.
Yeah,
but like you say, Chris, if it's not fucking broken, don't fix it. So let me just continue. Okay, so if you switch to two center back pairings, who are you going to put back there? We've seen the best of Rudiger in a 3 in the back formation. The only one that we've seen that's been proven to be really good in 2 in the back formation has been Thiago Silva. Maybe you can put Rudiger there and it'll work.
Yeah.
Okay. So then you have right backs, Reece James and
Chilwell. No way Alonso plays left back.
No way Alonso plays a left back. So there we go. That's right there. As I said, that's 3 players that you can't play because the formation doesn't suit it. Christensen, Aspie, because you're not going to play Aspie at right back. Let's get it right. Aspie's too old now. He doesn't have the legs to be a right back anymore.
No way.
I hate to say
I think Christensen will be fine though. I think he'd be great there still.
Maybe.
Well,
Now the argument is that he's only good at 3 in the back. And if you want to feed that argument, then sure. Christensen doesn't get into the 4-3-3 formation. Chalobah doesn't get into a 4-3-3 formation. Aspie doesn't get into a 4-3-3 formation. Alonso doesn't get into a 4-3-3 formation. That's 4 players that don't get into this formation. Okay.
So we made our squad weaker then.
We don't even have a DM. We don't have a proper DM.
You'll play Jorginho, Kante, but then Kovacic won't play.
But you won't play Jorginho in a single pivot. You won't play Jorginho in a single pivot because we've done it. We've seen how it works, and it doesn't work.
In a 4-2-3-1, you'd play Jorginho as a sitter.
Yeah, possibly. You could do that in a 4-2-3-1.
You've got in the 10 role, Mason Mount will probably play. Where's Havertz going to go?
Exactly. Then again, and again, Mason Mount is more of a 8 than he is like a 10 or
exactly. So then you play Mount out of position.
So then you play Mount out of position. So Mount doesn't suit the formation. You see where I'm going with this, guys? Like, you see how many players have to get dropped just so you can do a 4-3-3,
The same FIFA,
and how many players that actually are very talented, you have to play them out of position, and they don't play as well because you have to play them out of position. So 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1 wouldn't work. Yes, I would love Kai. No, here's Kai. I would love Havertz in a number 10, but again, then Mason Mount doesn't play. You know Mason Mount is talented on his day. He doesn't play in a formation. Who are you going to put left wing? Pulisic fucking injured all the time. Hudson-Odoi, we don't know. You know, like Ziyech, he could play the right wing, I guess, but he hasn't proven himself. He's been fucking disappointing as shit. Like, then at that point, we need new wingers because all our wingers are pretty shit.
Oh, fuck's sake!
So you can't it's not feasible. It's not feasible. The reason
as a winger.
The reason,
we can't play him
exactly, and you can't play Werner in the wing. You have to play Werner as a striker, and Lukaku is only a striker. So if you play a 3-4-3, you get the best out of all of our players,
or most of them. More than
most.
The only players out of position in a 3-4-3 are, you could argue, Aspie and Odoi.
And that speaks.
I think our right side attacker does struggle sometimes. Like, I don't know. Ziyech don't really do it much.
But like, Havertz is technically playing as a cam in a 3-4-3, as an attacker. We play with 2 10s.
Yeah, it just changes.
He likes playing as a cam, and Timo still gets to play as a striker.
Yeah,
Lukaku still gets to play as a striker.
I can't lie. If we play a 4-2-3-1 with the players we've got now, I think it'll. I don't want to see that.
We are the children still.
I want to. If we're gonna change formation, I hope it's your 4-3-3. If not, 3-4-3. Keep it.
Look, if we ever change formation, I just personally think changing the formation right now with the players that we have, it would be terrible. We would get worse. I really think we don't have the players to do a 4-2-3-1, which I would love to play, or a 4-3-3. We just don't have it. So why? The reason I'm sure Tuchel wants to play a fucking 4-2-2-2 or a 4-2-3-1. I'm sure he does, but he sees. Look, these are the players I have. He's not like Pep. Pep was brought into Man City with a team built for him. Fucking Tuchel was just brought in as an emergency, like, pull the plug on fucking on Lampard. You need emergency manager. So he's working with what he's got, and Tuchel, I trust him enough. He's won us a Champions League. He has recognized that these are the players that I have. This is the best formation I can use to get the best out of these players, and it's shown.
I just thought of something. Imagine
we just have a 999. I don't feel like he's a Chelsea fan.
Kai, I love you, mate, but imagine we switch your 4-2-3-1 next season and we signed Rice and played Mount as a 10 with Gilmore and Rice.
That's the thing, though. Like, we don't have a proper DM that can play in a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-3-3 or a single DM. We see how 4-3-3 looks like with Liverpool and how shaky that defense is. You know, you could argue it's the players too. Like, Trent isn't the best.
I'm sorry. I do not want to see Havertz hugging the touchline ever again. Please,
Shihab, I understand where you're coming from, Shihab, but like, we've seen Havertz play right wing so many times. But I'm glad the last time I saw him was against Everton, the first leg when we were on our losing streak, and that's the last time I want to see him. That's the last time I want to see Havertz play right wing. He's not a right winger. He's just not. But like, this is what I mean. The formation change, I don't think it's going to help. I think it would do more harm than good. I really think with the 3 in the back system, it's just that's the system that we can use that makes the most out of all of our players and makes all our players look better. Really, the only player that's out of position, like I said, was Hudson-Odoi, and you could argue maybe Christian Pulisic is out of position, but he plays as a cam for the US. So I think that's the best formation we can play to make the best out of everyone. Even Kovacic, you can say he plays out of position as a DM.
We are going to get Chiesa next summer, and I just feel it.
Maybe. If we're going to switch to a 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3, we need better wingers. It's just that simple. And we don't play with wingers right now. We're getting away with it.
You know, we don't really play attacking football, as people say, but we actually got the same amount of goals as Man City so far this season. I think we've got more Man United. We're just behind Liverpool because we won a few 3-0 games as well this season. Like, we beat Crystal Palace 3-0, we beat Tottenham 3-0, and we beat Villa 3-0.
Rodrigo. Yeah.
Like we
Continue.
beat teams by we beat teams quite high as well this season. So like I think we don't like people say we don't score enough. Like I think we have been actually scoring. It's just we don't look pretty doing it. I don't think we don't look like a City. That's the only thing I can think like why people are saying that. Maybe that's about it.
I just think, you know, again, it was really more so Man City not letting us get to their half of the field. Like, you know, if Aspie got past Grealish, Walker or Cancelo were right there to stop him again. Like the press that they had, they had was just phenomenal, and they just drilled it tactically. Like they just outmanned us, outbeat us in every way possible in that midfield, and it got to a point where it isolated Lukaku and Werner because Kova and Kante were too busy being marked by Rodri and Bernardo Silva. Like there was constantly someone marking someone with the formation that Pep set out. And
I think Pep expected that formation as well. I really do.
Yeah,
I think so too.
With our midfield, Kante wasn't fully fit. He was ill. I can't really put too much.
Yeah, that too.
Bad.
Okay, but I do want to move on to that part of the pitch. But point being is that I hope most of you guys understand why 3-4-3 is probably the best formation we can play right now with this squad. It just makes sense considering everyone's positions
Marshall,
and everyone's.
Do you know why I said I think Barkley would have been the best option to start with at the game?
All right, let's go into that because
I don't think Barkley's good.
No, me neither.
I don't think he's a great player by any means. I want him sold in the summer. Yeah, I want him sold in the summer. But I'm looking at Saul. If he was fully fit and in decent form, I would have gone with him. Obviously, he's a better footballer than Barkley.
Yeah.
Ruben, maybe. I think maybe Ruben could have started.
Yeah.
But I just think we needed someone that could link up the play better. That's a bit more attacking. That can do the off the ball work that Mount brings. I think Barkley could do that. I don't think Barkley's good. I don't think he's great, but. I think he's a profile. I would have wanted Mount to play, honestly. Okay,
hold on. I need to stop you. Okay, here's the thing. I understand what people are saying when they say that, oh, this is a good game for Mount. We needed Mount to play and all that stuff. And like, I understand, but there's something that needs to be said. The Mount people are asking for is not the Mount that we currently have. This Mason Mount right now in his current form is a shadow of the Mason Mount that won us the Champions League last season. Like let's just get that right. So even if Mason Mount was in form and ready for the game, I doubt he would have had the impact that everyone is saying he would have. I really do. If you guys remember how he was during that Tottenham game, he was just walking on the pitch sometimes. He wasn't really effectively pressing. He was a shadow of what he was. So, real Chris, do you think that Mount really would have made that big of a difference if he had come on? What do you feel about that?
You know what, the old Mason Mount, like especially last season, I think yes. Yeah. But the form he's lately in, I can't say he would have, but I do understand why people say we missed him because. Yeah, he is a big game player. I do believe he does step up to the plate like and everything, but I think he's just in bad form, and I don't think it would have helped his case like playing even more against City.
Yeah,
I don't think Tuchel would start him either if he was fit.
Yeah, I really don't. What do you think of what I just said about Mount?
I get what I do get that point, but it's just playing at Il Kante. We should be literally protecting him as much as possible. He's getting on, like his age. I'm not saying as a player he's getting on. His age is getting on. We can't afford for him to be injured. We can't afford it.
No, we can't. And
played a Mount in terrible form than risking Kante.
And I think, like, all right, he's not as effective as the press, but I think the proper lineup instead of starting Kante, if you wanted to do 3-5-2. Right, I think the proper lineup would have been if we had just put in Kai in place of Mount, because Havertz, he's not as effective on the press like Mount, but he does do that job. You do see him press similarly to how Mount does. Not the same. Don't get it wrong. I'm not saying they press exactly the same. Mount's the best like offensive presser that we have in our team on form. But Havertz can do a job like that too. And I think we saw how Havertz performed when he came on. Obviously, it was a 3-4-3, wasn't 3-5-2. But I really think having that double pivot of Kova, Jorginho, and have like Kai play between like an 8 or a roaming 10, I think that would have been beneficial to connecting that. And like the other reason I wanted to bring up Mountain too is because I get where you guys are coming from, because when you do think about our previous games against Man City, the things that people don't talk about is the amount of work that Mount did when it came to pressing Fernandinho and Rodri and not letting them play the ball out and not letting them build up play. Like that was missing. We did need that. I 100% agree with you. I just don't think Mount was the guy that would have done it.
I mean,
not in this form.
Honestly, and I hate to, I do not like Ross Barkley. I'm not trying to push this remontada shit yet for him. Do you think a player like Barkley, even if it wasn't Barkley, even if it was Saul, they can both work hard? We know that we've seen them before work hard and be really good when pressing off the ball. Do you think they could have done a job, or do you think we should have just played a 3-4-3 with Jorginho and Kovacic a bit more protected, and then
you know what though? You know what, real Chris? Wow. You know what, Will? I actually agree with you. Look, I'm not the type of fan that remembers one bad game in the past before a player goes on loan and then sticks with that narrative until I'm proven wrong and I look like an idiot. Like, let's get it right. I'm not a fan of Ross Barkley. I don't think he's great. I don't think he's Chelsea material. I really want him gone. I do. I want him gone. But he does get a job done. He's not terrible. He's not Bakayoko. Let's get it right. He's not Bakayoko. He's not Timmy Bakayoko.
And he cost 15 million.
When he went to Aston Villa for the first few games, he was one of their best players, along with Jack Grealish.
Then he got injured,
it was like an actual partnership. And then he got injured, and it went downhill from there. Now, under Tuchel, we've seen how many players improve. And in the certain information, when you play to a player's strengths, we see how they improve. Would Ross Barkley have been phenomenal and great? No, but he would have gotten a job done. And you could say, yeah, maybe putting Ross Barkley in there instead of like a Havertz or a Mount, it's possible that he could have played a decent game. He could have gotten a job done, is my point. He wouldn't have been fantastic. He would have been lackluster, but
that was
that too. You don't risk Kante. So I don't necessarily disagree. Like, this is what I hate about the fan base. They remember how bad a player was, but they don't see how good they currently are. And that had like if you're in the chat, bro, come out, because you've been talking so much shit about Ruben Loftus-Cheek, and I've been telling you people for a long time. Like, I saw Ruben Loftus-Cheek play last season against Fulham. I saw the potential he had. He was recovering from an injury. He needed play time. He needed fitness, get the Achilles injury really, really to the side and to the pass, and just get muscles built up around it and just regain that fitness and confidence you need to play at the level you were. Yes, he was benched after the second half of the season. We stopped seeing him as much, but he still had good game playing, good, technicality in his game when you see him play. But
oh, God's sake, 3 seasons to down. I remember that. Ross Barkley.
Mount is just a little better than Barkley.
Oh, come on, Kai.
Right, it's fine. Look. I'm not gonna feed into that. I
don't want people to spin this and think I'm a massive fan of Barkley. I don't want people to spin.
No, I don't think any of us are. We're just saying that, like, as a utility player, Barkley could have gotten something done. But what I'm just trying to say here is that I've seen Ruben play. And every single person that has been a hater of Ruben, that has been saying, oh, Ruben's done, only remembers Ruben versus Brighton in the beginning of the season when we were on Lampard and how terrible he was. Literally, that is the last game they watched of Ruben. That is the last memory of Ruben. And that is what they're basing their opinion of Ruben. Yeah, I remember it well, too. I thought Ruben was fucking done. I was like, who's this guy? He shouldn't be in a team. But
he looked so bad.
Everyone remembers that one game, and they like to base their opinion on Ruben off of that one game. That's not how football works. You see how the player has progressed. I watched him out on loan. He looked good at Fulham for a little bit, and he looked good during the preseason. And everyone was saying he's not going to get any game time, yada, yada. Look what's happening now. Look at how he looked like versus Aston Villa. Look at what he brought to the team when he came on as a sub. You guys, everyone was panicking about fourth choice midfielder, yada, yada, all this and that and that and that. Well, guess what? We got Saul. He's not ready for the Prem yet. He needs more game time. Look at what Ruben Loftus-Cheek is giving you and providing for you right now.
Andrew,
I'm just saying.
I don't think he's that good, but I just think he was the profile player that we needed in that game. You know, but I would have been all right if Saul played. I think Saul.
Do you reckon Ross Barkley create something?
No, not
like
against
a
Man
goal or
City,
something?
not against that press. I think Saul would have really struggled if he played. I think Ross Barkley is probably the good choice, or Ruben.
Yeah, maybe Ruben, because Ruben's pretty good.
I still think Kai Havertz could have done a good job as a number 10 in a 3-5-2, but you know,
it's just it's all. I think out of all the players, if everyone was available, Pulisic would have been perfect behind Lukaku because he's so quick on the half turn. He's not the quickest in, as in when he's running for a long distance or a long period of time, he's not the quickest, but his acceleration off the mark is very quick.
Have we even seen Pulisic play with Lukaku yet?
No.
We'll see what happens, because there was an argument not too long ago that we had on here that we were saying how Pulisic probably benefited the most when Giroud was a striker and played off of a hold up player. We'll see how that happens with Lukaku. I was just thinking about this earlier. If Pulisic comes back, because he's bound to come back any game now. If he comes back and he gets hurt again, I think I'm done. I think he has to go. It's just I'm that
he's the most unlucky player.
Yeah, I just think I'm done. I think it's time to get rid of him.
The day
and get someone else.
Pulisic leaves, I will actually cry.
The day Pulisic leaves, I hope Hudson-Odoi gets a chance at left wing, because it's at that point
left wing.
I've left attack, left whatever. No, because the thing is, like, let's get it right. Like, the reason, a large part of the reason why Hudson-Odoi doesn't get to play the left wing position is because Pulisic is there.
You're a funny guy, Marshall, because I thought you were going to say the day Pulisic leaves, I want something to happen. Then you just said Hudson-Odoi to replace. And I love Hudson-Odoi, I really do. But yeah,
but everyone keeps saying that you want to see Hudson-Odoi play at his position. Well, Pulisic is the one taking up that position, and he's hogging it because of his injuries, and he's not. You know, it gives Cho an opportunity. And you know what? Let's transition into that attack. I don't necessarily think Lukaku or Werner were to blame. I think Werner had a really good game. Unfortunately,
considering what happened,
because of the formation, how far back we were pressed, there was no one to help him.
The formation as well. Like, and everything what went wrong at Man City. It's not like Tuchel did. Like, he knew about it. And, like, obviously, like he took responsibility and like he took blame for it. Like he knew he went wrong. Like I don't think he's going to do it again. I think maybe we don't start with a 3-5-2 like especially in the big games. We don't really start because maybe it's a thing we like bring in at half time, like the Tottenham game where it changed things massively. Maybe we just do that and like it just works that way. Like Tuchel tried something, and it just failed. Like I like managers who are like do try little things in their formation or just do something just to get a win. He's always going to try and like. You can't beat Pep every time, can he? He's beaten 3 times in a row.
Do you know what's funny though? with Ruben Loftus-Cheek, I tweeted it on the 4th of August. Yeah, I tweeted. It was along the lines of, "Oh my days, Ruben is back. We must keep him at all costs. If we keep him and sign Lukaku, it's our best window ever." Maybe I was a bit over the top with that. Okay,
maybe.
But Ruben is one of the most talented youngsters I've ever seen at Chelsea from the academy. In our squad, he's probably the most talented, like from our academy and all the players in our squad, he's probably the most talented on raw ability. We've just got to keep him fit and get him games.
Shihab, I like how you're speaking, man, because this is the thing too, and then we want to move back to the attack. With Ruben, not only do I appreciate, and first of all, before I continue, guys, 30 of you in the chat, smash that like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and if you're watching this in the future, leave a comment. Let me know if you think Ruben is good for the team and he should be the 4th choice midfielder right now. But guys, smash that like button. Most importantly, helps us out for YouTube. But back to Ruben. Not only do I like the fact that Ruben's making these runs that he makes from the DM, mind you. From the DM position. He's not a DM. He's a box-to-box number 8 midfielder. But he's playing as a DM, and he's doing a good job. He needs to work on the tackling, but that'll come in time. He's winning. I don't think I've seen him lose a single header.
Do you know? who he reminds
He's
me
winning
of.
all these headers because he's so damn tall and he's so physical.
When he's playing from a deep position, he actually and his shooting technique in the pass, it reminds me of Yaya Toure.
Clip this up, guys.
Let's keep it at remind you of Yaya Toure.
No,
Right,
Yaya
I'm
Toure's
not
better.
gonna go that
Toure's-
far.
No, I'm not saying he's as good as Yaya Toure. I'm saying
Yeah.
stylistically, like how
I'm just emphasizing, remind you of Yaya Toure, so no
Oh,
one gets
Yaya
it wrong.
Toure, those 2 prime seasons is arguably the best midfielder in the Premier League ever, right? I'm just saying stylistically. I'm not saying he's nowhere near as good and will never be as good as Yaya Toure, let's be real.
Yeah.
So, what I mean is like the way he picked up the ball was so confident. His shooting technique is good. He hasn't scored a goal for us in ages, but that's due to injury. But yeah, I just really, really hope it works out for this guy.
I do too.
Really hope it works out.
Yeah, I do too. I think it will.
So good.
I've been vouching for Ruben since last season. I wanted him back because I just needed him to get that loan, and when he came back, he was going to do good.
He was my favorite player on the Starry. 100%, he was my favorite player when we had Starry.
I think he's a lot of people's favorite player. But let's move back to the attack. With the way we were set up with the 3-5-2 and how much Man City was pressing us, it was so hard for Werner or Lukaku to get anything off because they were alone. They were isolated for the most part. They had each other, and you saw how often Diaz and Laporte were just on Lukaku and would leave Werner to just, attack by himself because our midfield was still trying to catch up with the press. We're trying to get out of a press. They're still trying to catch up to the attack. So I think everyone saw that once we had 3 attackers and not 2, we created a lot more opportunities. There was that one extra man we needed to create plays. Havertz provided a lot of excellent plays. We were just a victim of offsides traps that they were starting to play towards the end. What do you guys think?
I was gonna say about the attack. I thought with Timo Werner, I actually thought he did pretty well considering what's happening. I knew what Lukaku's situation, I will say, but Timo Werner, he was working his socks off in that game. I thought he was making a lot of runs. He did bring in 2 balls into the crosses, one from the left, one from the right, I think, where he crossed it. I think it went to AC, actually. I'm not sure, but the first one went to Lukaku, just didn't come off right. So we did try to create a couple of good chances in there, but just didn't come off fully. And it's just like, and Lukaku, I think who was it grabbing Lukaku a lot? Was it Diaz? Like someone was grabbing Diaz. Lukaku. Yeah, Lukaku was getting grabbed a lot, and they should got one of them should have got double yellowed. Really, if anything, he didn't get the first yellow luckily, and then the second one he definitely did because he hugged him back from going into the box, and they was just playing. You gotta be like dickheads or cunts, on the pitch sometimes. You just gotta be like that to win the games, and I can't be mad at it fully because Chelsea do that sometimes. Diego Costa was everybody knows what Diego Costa was, on the pitch. So I do respect it like that. It's not like they're going and tackles go break their legs or nothing. It's just playing a bit dirty. That's all, and that's what it was. Lukaku.
Yeah. Continue.
No, I was just saying Lukaku just got done by that as well. Not just by isolation, but being hugged.
Ruben Diaz had probably one of the best defensive masterclasses I've seen from him against Chelsea at least. Even the part that convinced me was when Aspie crossed the ball to Lukaku, and it was a great opportunity for Lukaku, but he couldn't reach it because Diaz actually put his weight on Lukaku so he doesn't jump high enough for the header. I was like, God damn, they really have Lukaku's number this game. This is crazy. So it's just I think it was unfortunate. I don't think Lukaku was bad per se. He was very isolated. He had Laporte and Diaz on him for most of the game. So it was just unlucky. I think a lot of it. We just did get tactically undermined, and I really think I agree with you, Chris. I think from now on we should stick with 3-4-3. And if 3-4-3 doesn't work, then we switch to a 3-5-2 in the game. I don't think it's something that we should start with.
And if that don't work, go to forward back like Kai wants.
I still I have to say though, I still do want to try 3-5-2 against Southampton and see how it goes. I feel like we didn't give it enough of an opportunity yet. I feel like we didn't give just like we gave Ziyech 3 opportunities now, and now he's get benched. I do want to give Werner and Lukaku pairing another opportunity to prove that it could work.
People there.
It's possible.
people
I just
tough, yeah.
I don't know if we're gonna see a 3-4-3 with Lukaku, Werner, and Kai maybe to the right. Like
I
again,
think
Mason
Kai
Mount has to
Havertz
fit
because
into this
Mason
team
ain't
somehow.
ready. I don't think Mason
Yeah,
be ready
Mason
because
is
he's injured.
Mason isn't ready, but Mason has to fit into this team somehow. And if who knows if Ziyech ever decides to show up again and get some creative playing going again, maybe he shows up into that lineup as well. But all right, guys, let's. That was pretty much the breakdown of the game. If you're here, make sure you do smash that like button. We do appreciate it. We're gonna do player ratings real quick, and then we'll go ahead and send out the link to you guys and let us know what you think of the game and talk with us.
Yeah, let me just move all the people around, like the players. Sorry.
Yeah. We'll just start
so
off
what
with
are you
Mendy.
doing?
Whenever you have that ready, just pull it up.
Where the fuck is
Mendy's
Mendy?
nice and quick.
Mendy is
Somewhere in
between the
London,
posts.
probably.
Okay, Chris. I mean, on this thing, I'll just have to make a Mendy banner quickly. 2 seconds.
Yeah, do your thing. But yeah, guys, thank you everyone for being here. Really appreciate it. And you know what? I expected everyone to be a lot more reactionary in this chat. You guys have been pretty calm. You guys are the goats. You guys, the people in the chat understand that we're still going to win the Prem regardless of this loss. We lost to an actual good team. Not
Honestly,
like,
it's not a worry.
Man United.
All right, so we'll start with
Mendy.
We love you, Big Ron. That cough was for you. Mendy. So I'm gonna give Mendy I think I'll give him a 7 out of 10. Just a good performance. He kept us in the game, but unfortunately, just
It's hard to give him super high range when we lost. I get.
Yeah, exactly. So
I give him a 10.5. You know, he was probably a best player. Best player. I reckon. I know you don't.
I don't think he was our best player. I think he was top 3 though, definitely 7 out of 10 as well.
If it ain't top 3, then I don't know what you're watching.
Yeah, it was 7 out of 10. He did. I can't really. I don't think his distribution was good though. I can't lie. I thought his shot stopping was fine, really good, but
he's never been brilliant at like passing it around.
I know, Chris. I know, but it didn't help. That's what I'm gonna say. I've seen better performances from him. But
yeah, he's definitely his performance against Liverpool was a lot better.
You're right, City fan. He did save us, but not enough, I guess.
Oh no, he was good, of course.
So 7.5, 7. You know,
around that.
Give him a 7 overall.
Yeah. I'm not going to do Rhys James because he just didn't play enough. He
just did. He only played 15 minutes.
Christensen.
We want to go to next. Christensen. I got to give him a 6.5, maybe a 6 for me. I mean, it definitely wasn't one of his best performances. He played well, but he did get outdone by Jack Grealish quite a few times. Again, you know, he's not. He can play right as center back. Is he as solid as Aspie, or you could even argue Reece there or Chalobah? No, I don't think so. But you know, again, Christensen, very underrated player. He does deserve respect. He did the best he could. 6.5 for me.
I'm gonna give him the same as I gave Mendy. I'm gonna give him a 7.
I'm giving it a 7.5. Where he's like probably the best out of the 3. No, actually, I thought Silva was very good. Actually, just as good.
Yeah. I'd honestly, it's just a 7, just good.
7. You gotta give him a 7. He was good.
I'm gonna get. Wait, can I go first on this one?
Yeah, go for it.
I'm gonna give him a 7, but I'll give him man of the match as well because I think he was slightly better.
I'm gonna give Silva 7.5 and man of the match as well. What a player we have at the age that how did we get so lucky to get this guy?
He's turning 37.
He's turning 37 and he's still playing like a fucking baller. I honestly, it's between him and Ruben Diaz as best defenders in the Prem right now. I don't care about fucking Van Dijk. He got put in a split by Ivan Toney FC.
That's true. You got it done.
It's true.
I think honestly, this season, I think Laporte's been up there as well. I'm not saying overall, but I think Laporte's been solid.
You could make the argument top 5 maybe.
No, Maguire's. Okay.
Maguire's been shit this season. I can't lie.
no Maguire here. We move.
I give Silva a 7. He's very good actually. Possibly man of the match as well. Yeah, very good. He blocked one off the line, as I remember, right?
Yeah.
In that game.
Yeah.
You know what's so good about it? He's so calm. Like everything on the ball, defending.
You know what? Just because he blocked that line goal, you reminded me. Just because he blocked that, I'm giving him an 8. He's fucking fantastic.
All right, Rudiger.
Do you want to go first, Marshall?
Yeah, sure. Rudiger, I'm giving him a 7. I think our defense was really solid this game. It wasn't anything fantastic. I'm giving Rudiger a 7 mostly because he, as one of the leaders in the team, he stepped up. You saw how much he was yelling at Marcus Alonso to get in position, get in the right spots. Like he was commanding, and that's what we need in that team. We need players like Rudiger to be commanding and just tell people like it is, and organize that defense. So I respect that, and I saw a lot of that in the game yesterday. Unfortunately, we lost, but he still had a solid performance. 7.
I'm gonna give him a 7 as well. I just think he was, yeah.
Oh, sorry. No. Well, go on.
No, it's good. I thought he was good. I don't think he did really much wrong, but he wasn't like outstanding. Like I don't think I can't really say any of our players are outstanding. So I give him a 7. He didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, you guys. Yeah, I give. To me, out of the 3, maybe it's just a slightly worse than the other 2. So I'm gonna give him like a 6.5. But he was still good. Like there's nothing wrong with him. Like he was commanded, like Marshall said. Like he's a good player to have in our team. Hopefully, we sign a contract with him. So
hopefully.
Yeah, 6.5. Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna start to go into angry territory now.
Is it Prince Charming?
I want to go first on this one, Marshall. If you don't mind.
Go for it. Don't be too harsh.
I'm a massive defender of Marcus Alonso, yeah.
You are.
But this guy made me so angry yesterday. I was on Twitter and I was like, I'm so angry right now, but I'm not gonna say anything harsh. So I'm gonna give him a 4. A polite 4.
That's very generous.
That's
actually generous. Generous.
Really? Oh, what are you gonna give him, Chris? Let's go to you next.
I honestly thought he wasn't actually anything like that game. Like you said, Rudiger had to shout at him. Like to me, honestly,
Alonso 0.
Yeah, Alonso. Honestly, like it's just typical Alonso. I do expect these like type of howlers of him. Like he's just defensively so bad. Like he's just not there for the big games like City as well, for example. Like I don't think he's that good for it. He can't defend. He can't run back. Yeah, he can attack, but did we really attack that game? So no. Like he did nothing. I'm gonna give him a 2. Like I honestly thought he was really bad. Like he did nothing.
Actually, I'm gonna revert my score. I'm gonna give him a 3 because I think he gets 1 for putting on his shirt the right way, 1 for tying up his laces, and 1 for
showing up.
Not having a lower than 50% pass completion. So he'll get a 3.
He's really bad.
You guys are brutal.
No, I love Alonso for what he's done in the past. I think he's a shithouse. So I like him, but
this is coming from the guy who has the Alonso agenda. I have the Alonso. I have the Alonso agenda. I'm saying you guys are being brutal.
I have Alonso agenda. You should know me a bit.
I'm gonna be. I guess because I didn't notice Alonso too much in the game. I guess that does say a lot about his performance. I'm gonna just give him a 4. I'll give him a 4. Was he even in the game? Was he even in the game? I know he was on the lineup.
I remember when Cover fucking. It's awful. I can't. I don't want to go through this again. But Cover played a great ball through to him, and he just skied it. And I swore it went up for a fucking corner, not a corner, a throw. It was shit. Yeah. Or it went up for a goal kick, 1 of the 2. But it was shocking. I'm sorry.
It was very shocking.
I defend you, but I can't.
Hey, chill. What's your time?
I can't defend you. I can't defend you yesterday. I'm sorry, Marcus. I'm sorry.
I am ready for Chilwell to come back into the lineup. I think I've seen enough.
I'm ready to move on to Aspilicueta's rating.
Oh god, this is the player I noticed the most, and I hate to do this. This doesn't feel this score I'm about to give him does not feel right. It does not give well with me. No, I think I gotta give Aspie a 5. It feels so shitty to give Aspie a 5 because he's Mr. Consistency, but today, just that game was not it.
He didn't do much.
You weren't that solid defensively. Grealish got the best of you, and offensively, you provided little to nothing. And sometimes, I think the other thing you got to give Lukaku some benefit of the doubt. Lukaku asked for the ball so many times, and there were times when Aspie just didn't give it to him when he could have had a good opportunity. So, yeah, I'm sorry, Aspie. I love you. You're my captain, but 5.
Chris, you want to go next?
I actually agree with what Marshall almost said. Like, what I think, yeah, like he just weren't really like that good. Like he got outdone by Grealish. I give him a 5.5. Like it's very harsh to give it to him, but like
Yeah.
we did
It doesn't
lose.
feel
We did
right.
lose.
That's you speaking from the heart.
Yeah, it doesn't feel right to give Aspie a 5, but we move.
We have
Will?
to.
I'm giving him a 4.5. I thought it was shocking.
Ooh.
I love him, so we're not going to go into detail.
Yeah.
Who's
Can I
next?
start
This
on this
Spot
one,
and cover?
yeesh.
Right, I'm going to give Jorginho a 5.5. I don't think
I think
he
that's
was.
fair.
I don't think he was awful, but he was just a little bit average, a little bit below average. He kept the ball kind of well, but he couldn't really progress it because of how high they were pressing and isolating us. So
Yeah.
I'll give him a 5.5. He wasn't a liability though.
No, I
No.
don't think he was. I
Damn, a
think
3?
I think I gotta give.
He wasn't a
I think
3.
I gotta give Jorginho a 6. He did have some good tackles here and there, but again, that press, it was constantly under pressure. It was hard to get anything off with Jorginho. So, and they knew that they targeted Jorginho specifically because of that. So, 6.
I'm gonna give him like just a quick 5. You know, he didn't much at fault. Like he was good. Not good. He's just average. Like you know.
J5 gets a 5.
Yeah, J5 does get a 5. I think. Yeah, I agree. A 5, just a 5 for me. Yeah, like Andrew
Yeah.
said as well.
Unfortunately,
Can I go
but
first on this one as well, guys? Do you
go
mind?
for it.
I'm going to give
Tova.
Kante a 5.5 as well.
Oh, Conte. Okay.
I think he was just nullified. I think he was ill. I think he was poor, but a bit below average. But
Hey, he had a moment though where he took on 2 players and
But
that's
Chris,
who on the ass.
Chris, I get that, but it was a 5.5 performance.
Yeah,
It was.
I agree.
I think I gotta agree too. 5.5 for Conte. I don't think he really did anything much of an impact. Really, again, almost like Marcos Alonso. Like, was Conte even playing? Like, was Kovacic even playing? Like, fuck, man.
I noticed
It was
Kovacic.
a rough
I noticed
game.
him.
Yeah, that midfield.
Wow.
It was, it was one of those games where I felt that I was watching Man City play Chelsea, not Chelsea play Man City. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree with that.
What about you,
Yeah.
Chris?
Wait, who with Kante?
Yeah.
Yeah, Conte.
I give him a 5.5. Like he was probably ill. Probably one of the reasons why he's a little bit worse. But like he was still. Oh no, he's just average. Yeah, he's just average. Put it that way.
Ooh, fucking Andrew with the fucking 4.
No, but he's being fair. Like,
No, it's right. It's right. It's so weird to see these numbers paired with these
Do you know
players.
what?
It's very weird.
I call them the Avengers. Yeah, they're like our 3 core players.
Same man,
that I
Steve
love.
Thanos.
But yeah, Pep with his fucking bald head and his bum chin that I'm just gonna
He's
imagine.
got the crystals on his head here.
Yeah.
And a big light beam off Pep's head just
He
shoots off.
defeated the Avengers. I'm gonna have to give Kovacic a 5. I'm going to give him a 5. I thought he was.
I'm just picturing fucking Pep with the 5 diamonds.
I'll be fair. I'm gonna give him a 5.5. I'm gonna give him a 5.5.
Beam chops shoots top of his
Him
head.
and his bald head just floating like fucking Storm, just like.
I'm gonna give Kovacic I'll give Cover a 5.5. I'll give them all the same because I think they were always average.
I think Kova's a 5.5 for me too. Fucking, it's not his fault. Pep Guardiola had the fucking headband of doom. Oh my god!
He had the Infinity Gauntlet.
He had the infinity fucking headband. Jesus Christ. Man was out there celebrating, spanking asses, smacking the shit out of his players. Fucking
Yeah, he was trying to do that, wasn't he?
Yeah. Pep were trying to smack. Who was it? Was
Wow.
it Grealish?
All over the
Who
shop.
was it?
Andrew's going ruthless today. I thought I'd be
No,
nice.
I mean, it's fair. It's fair.
I thought
I
Kovacic
think
was pretty
Kovacic
good.
was so
Well,
absent from the game.
Yeah.
Okay, can I don't. Alright, I agree with you guys. Kovacic wasn't that great. But like, I thought he had like 2 good attempts, like giving it to our. It wasn't
they
great
were
attempts.
okay,
'Cause
Chris,
I just
can't
thought he
lie.
actually did try with it. Like the Werner one, he threw ball it to Timo. Obviously, it's a little bit too far. Timo didn't get there.
Oh shit! Sorry.
Kai tweeted out said Timo didn't want to get injured. I don't know what that was, but
Well, I don't.
it- no,
They were just
no,
overhit.
Yeah, it was
Massively
slightly
overhit.
overhit. Yeah, I agree. It was just slightly over, but it's a good idea. And then the
Yeah.
other one,
Chris.
where Kovacic passed
He
to
had another where
Kai
it was
Havertz
under
for
hit,
excited.
right? Remember
Yeah,
that?
yeah,
He had one that
under
was, yeah,
hit.
the
It
Kai
wasn't. It
Havertz. Yeah,
wasn't
that
fair
one, that
enough.
one,
Yeah,
that one.
I do get that, Chris.
I
But
thought he
if
was
we
trying
were
to do
giving
something
out,
first.
if we were, if we were giving out awards for trying, Werner would have won Player of the Year last year, right? We don't give out awards for trying. Okay,
That's fair.
he wasn't
I'm
good.
gonna give Kovacic a 5.5. He wasn't a 6 or nothing, but like just a low
Yeah.
rating, just
5
average.
for
He was
me.
just average over
It's
the
just
midfielders.
he had opportunities to get like a really good ball, but just that extra bit, that extra 5% wasn't there to get the proper passing and through balls. Like I do remember that through ball to Kai Havertz, that if he had just gotten more to it, it would have been 1-on-1 with the keeper for Kai Havertz.
All right.
Unfortunately, it just didn't happen, but we move.
We're going to go to this man next. Lukaku.
Yeah.
Marshall, you go first.
The hug magnet.
The hug magnet. Fucking I'm gonna have to give him a 6. A 6. I feel like he was getting in the right positions. He was dangerous when he had at the very minimal opportunities he had. I feel like he was dangerous. He forced blocks and stuff, but unfortunately he couldn't get into the game because of how we were isolated. I just don't think it's really his fault. I think our players really need to get a better understanding of how Lukaku wants the ball or how he wants to play. But yeah, no, I think Lukaku for me gets a 6. I think he's just a victim of the rest of the team, really. Not really his fault.
I'm going to have to give him a 5. I gave him a 5.5 yesterday on my Twitter, but I'm going to have to give him a 5. I just think he wasn't effective at all. Couple of awful touches, every player has them. He just wasn't on it. He just wasn't on it. And I'm going to give Werner actually, Chris, you go on. You talk about
I hate you guys. I hate you guys in chat. Fucking Lukaku had his Timbs on. Like,
oh, fuck's sake. I expect better from UC1 London.
We heard it yesterday too, and I was dying, but we move real quick. Go.
I thought, Lukaku, he was very isolated. Like in that game, you can see he got hugged a lot. They're dragging him down. He's obviously a threat. Like people say, oh, he didn't perform big games. Not like he can't do it. If he's not like a big threat in big games, why the hell are they like dragging that guy down, hugging him down, pushing him down? Like he's a massive threat. Like he is. He just is. But like obviously he didn't do much, so you can't really give him a good rating. So I'm just gonna give him, I think, a standard 5 rating. Like he was just not much, but he was a threat in a way, if it makes sense, because he was getting dragged around and all that.
Maybe a 5.5 for me. I don't know about a 6, but I don't know. 5.5 would be he was as bad as Conte or Kova, but I don't think it was. I don't know.
This one's a Werner. I'm going to go first on this one. I'm going to give him the same as Lukaku. I'll give him a 5. I thought he was good the first half. Second half, ineffective. Completely ineffective. Wasn't making runs. Wasn't doing anything. Honestly,
Wasn't the second half he did play a decent chance across to AC?
There's one moment, Chris. I can't give you.
Yeah, but there wasn't much moments for attack, though, was there? And
but I'm not saying that's his fault. But he was ineffective that second half. Completely ineffective.
Hey, Andrew, what are you saying? Werner 4 and then 3? You'd lower it. You're supposed to higher it.
Listen, I think Werner for me gets a 6.5 maybe.
Wow.
I thought of the two strikers, I think he was the one that was looking the most dangerous. Unfortunately, a victim of the tactics, a victim of the formation. Every time he got the ball, there was no one to give it to. Lukaku was marked by Laporte, fucking Pep, David Silva, the fans, fucking anyone you can name, like was marking him. Like he just couldn't get into the right places. Like it's like. It was just hard for Werner to get anything off. But when he got the ball, he had the ball. He would run it. There's nothing to pass it to. Then what? How are you supposed to do anything if you're Werner? In that situation. So I don't blame Werner for how ineffective maybe he was, but shit, man. Like I think he was definitely better than Lukaku, and I got to give him like a 6, maybe a 6.5. I'll give him a 6.
Yeah, that was very nice. I was gonna give him a 6. Like the all things you said, like he was actually trying to do something. He did put 2 balls into the box. Like he didn't have much because like our attack was isolated. Like Lukaku, he was very isolated, and it just couldn't work because Pep had to have his Thanos snapping powers and just say, yeah, let's not let him attack. So he couldn't do much more. He did try something, and he just couldn't have enough of it. Maybe if Kai Havertz was maybe start with him, and with Lukaku, maybe it was sort of better with Werner. But a 6, he wasn't that great, but he tried.
I think at one point I even saw fucking Pep on the sideline starting to float. His fucking pupils went white and everything. It's crazy. Anyways, fucking. Let's move on to the subs.
Okay.
Who came in for? Silva. We talked about Silva. Yeah, Silva was great.
Havertz is the first one.
Havertz. Yeah. Havertz, I'll give Havertz a 6.5 maybe. Yeah, no, I'll give him a 6.5. No, I'll give him a 6 because when he did come on, he did look dangerous. Unfortunately, he was offside for 2 of the opportunities that he could have gone one-on-one with Ederson. He looked good. He looked good when he came on, and I wish he was on sooner. I wish he started the game instead of Conte. I think he could have been a big difference maker, but unfortunately, we had to wait until we were losing to bring him on, and I think that was a mistake on Tuchel.
I'm going to give him a 5. I thought he was, apart from 2 moments, very ineffective as well. I don't think he changed much at all compared to Ruben. I thought he was just really average.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I think it's me next way. I think I'm just going to give him a 5. Came on as a bench player. He didn't do nothing wrong, I thought. He did have some good moments as well, but he didn't play the whole game, so I'm just split around the middle, just 5. That's not bad as a bench player to come onto a losing game. So he didn't do that bad, but didn't have enough time, I thought. Yeah. Marshall.
Oh, Marshall's gone.
Oh no. Yeah, who's next anyway?
That's Ruben, his favourite player.
This is his favourite player. Marshall, this happens when you lose connection. You lose out on Ruben. So
poor Ruben. I mean, I love Ruben actually. I can't lie.
So do you want to start with Ruben or because Marshall's gone somewhere?
I'm actually going to give him a DRB subject. I'm going to give him a 6.5. Thought he was decent when he came on. Progressed the ball nicely, but he couldn't really do much from how deep he was. So can't give him higher. But he didn't. He was good, but yeah, I don't want to go over the top.
Ruben, when he first, I didn't actually expect anything when he came on, honestly. I just thought, he's coming on to a team what's going to lose, it's nothing come on. But, when he came on, I think as soon as possible, when he had the ball, he just took on a player, just went past him, just left him for dead. I don't know who it was, but he left a City player for dead, and, he looked very comfortable, actually, when he came on. And it's a big game at losing 1-0 down. So, I actually thought he did really well, actually, when he came on. Your favourite player, by the way, Marshall?
I think it was Walker. I think it was Walker. You're talking about Ruben, right?
Maybe. Yeah, Ruben. I thought he's very
Fucking put Kyle Walker in a spliff.
Maybe if Ruben, started that game actually, maybe we would actually won. I don't know because Ruben was on it.
I don't think Ruben would have started though because he played the full 90 against Villa. And
He looked a lot better against City over Villa though.
That's why. Yeah.
I'm gonna give him a 6.5 by the way. He was very good. I thought.
Same.
When he came on, he's just brilliant.
Yeah. Same with me. I'm going to give him a 6.5. He did look absolutely brilliant. I wish he came on sooner. He was taken off for Jorginho, which was... I was kind of surprised Jorginho came off, but...
I wish...
again,
we need to go back and then
we have games coming up, and I guess at that point, it was, Tuchel wanted to conserve him, but...
I want Ruben to play more advanced. That's
I don't mind him in the DM though. I really don't.
I don't mind
the deep runs that he makes are so effective. He got past 1, 2, 3, and sometimes he's playing up high too. And when we're pressing high, it's just we'll see. We'll see what happens. But 6.5 for me. He was so solid.
I'd love to see that, Andrew.
Very effective.
What did Andrew say?
It was going to be Lubin.
That'd be great.
I hope so. I'm excited to see that.
Call me mental, but if we go with this formation again, fucking play him as a fucking second striker. I don't give a shit. Play him alongside the Lukaku.
Yeah, you could do that. Have Jorginho Kova or Jorginho Conte in the pivot, and have Ruben play as a 10.
Yeah, I think it'd be fine. I think it'd be fine though. I
All
want to see
right.
more advanced though. I really do.
We can do call-ins now. You can
Yeah.
bring people
Yeah,
in.
the
and
call-ins
out.
one
I'm
of
gonna
them.
I'm bringing in people one at a time. Have you say?
Yeah, that's
One
fine.
at a time.
That's fine. I'm gonna go ahead and post the StreamYard link in the chat, guys. Come join in, have your say. Let us know what you think about the game, about our rating. Let us know what you maybe think about what's gonna happen soon. The next game is against Juve, and then we have Southampton. And I did want to bring this up with you guys. Now that and we can talk about this, guys, too, if you come into the StreamYard. Now that Reece James is possibly out for a month, Cho has to step up. This is if he doesn't do it now, and people don't tell me he's not playing in his position. He's playing out of position, whatever. Ruben Loftus-Cheek is playing DM. He's playing great. You know, he doesn't play a DM. And when Callum was at right wing back for the first 2 games under Tuchel, he was man of the match. So he has the potential to play in this position and play well.
Plus, he plays
just needs
very
to step up.
advanced. He just plays very advanced. He
He
just
needs
got.
to- he has the opportunity. He's gonna play. We know he's gonna play because it's not gonna be Ashley playing right wing back every single game. He has to step up.
Yeah.
We'll see. Hopefully he does.
Wait, has anyone joined?
No.
Let's go back.
Not yet.
Oh,
Not yet. No
Come on,
one's
guys.
joined yet.
No. Come on, guys.
we done the talking for like what, an hour and 20.
I mean, yeah.
Like,
it's only
I
the
just
last
wonder if
15
anyone
minutes
wants
for
to have a say, you
callers.
know?
Yeah, I mean, anyways, like I said, Callum Hudson-Odoi needs to really step up. Our next game is
Yeah.
against Juve not tomorrow, Tuesday or Wednesday?
Wednesday.
Wednesday. All right, I gotta set up my fucking fantasy
Hey.
football team.
Oh, you're the Champions League one, yeah.
Yeah, the
That one
Champions
I'm
League.
just
Me
gonna
and you
do
are
a little
tied.
bit. Yeah, I'm just too good. That's
Listen,
why.
motherfucker,
Like-
I'm beating you on every single one. I don't care. I want you to quit fantasy. I'm gonna beat you so
Well, am I like
hard
a
you
devil?
quit fantasy.
Week
You
1,
are.
everyone shook Chris when you were so
Yeah,
cocky.
you got so cocky after that first week. I just wanted to dick smack you.
Chris is
You won't
Chris
beat-
is 24
you won't beat me
by
in
the way
draft.
before any. Oh shit! I shouldn't really say that. Chris is above the legal age before people's.
There's like
Mate.
people didn't hear that, huh?
Sorry, Chris. I'm
People,
sorry.
Join,
I say
join
shit
our
that I don't need to say
StreamYard. Stop
sometimes.
this
I'm
nonsense.
sorry, Chris. I feel bad now. I
It's,
shouldn't have said
it's
that.
okay. It's okay. Well,
No,
you know?
but I should have just said you're above the age of 20 because
No, yeah, I don't know
I
what
I
type
just
of
don't want
age,
people to
but
think Marshall's that type of
wish-
guy.
I'm not. I'm gonna beat you with my final.
Okay, this is a bit awkward.
I'm not. I'm not. I
You know
wanted to
you're
beat
not.
you with my hypothetical fantasy football dick. That one.
that one. But
That's
I'm
even
actually
weirder.
like, you know what? I need to try back onto the normal one just to like put you back down to a peg or something, Marshall. Because you're done and
You're
get
not
a bit
gonna.
too big for
You're
your
not
boots. I
gonna.
think.
Big
I
for your
have to
boots.
do-
that's
I've
the
done
thing.
You go,
nothing to it
Chris.
yet.
This is the thing. You
That's
guys,
talking
all of
shit.
you, all of you
Come on.
guys, all of you guys. I'm not getting on all of you guys because you're the one that talks the most shit. But once you guys see my ass, that's all you're gonna see.
Oh, Marshall, that's
Just
I ain't gonna
eat
see your
my
ass.
shorts. No, you are. You're behind me, and when you're behind
I
me,
know.
you're looking at my ass. All right. You're
Centipede now.
checking out my ass. I hope you enjoy the sight because that's the only moon you're gonna see from now on.
Oh,
I
It's
don't want
all
to see it.
forward from here. It's all forward from me. You don't have a choice. You're behind me. All right. You're behind me. Eat my dust, real Chris.
If
Eat
there's
it.
any police watching, arrest Marshall.
Eat it, real Chris. I'm tired of your shit. Tired of it.
I feel like
Yeah.
Fucking A.
I feel like it's going to turn into a Black Ops 2 lobby in a minute. So that's
Maybe.
Hey, not back then. You know, like there's some crazy stuff back then.
Andrew,
Yeah,
it doesn't
yeah.
matter where you are. You will all see my fat ass. Oh my goodness.
no one's come
All right,
in yet. It looks like no one wants to speak.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, if no one has a say or no one wants
That
to
is,
say
I think,
anything.
the first time. No
I'm
one has
surprised.
called in.
Even
Yeah,
I'm surprised. Even
When I came
Abdallah
back, I thought
usually likes to
someone
call in.
yeah. Maybe it's
Even
just people
Hassan.
just chilling. You know.
And there's my stream.
Hassan, I don't think Hassan's been here today actually. So Hassan would have
Yeah.
joined. Hey, maybe
Hassan
I need to
would've
message
joined.
you.
At least my stream
Hassan-
yard's fucked off and died. But I don't think it has.
What has it died? What?
I don't think my stream yard's not working. It says that no one's in there. So
I've been sending the link. Yeah, no, it's been there. But I mean, if no one wants to talk about the game, then whatever. I mean, we had.
I think we done what we said.
We did.
Yeah.
we
At
did
this point,
do
we're
what
just
we
talking about.
said.
At this point, we're just talking about ass, and you
Hey,
can't
that's
show
not
me your
bad,
ass.
thing, Chris. Come on. Oh,
I don't want to. I don't want to see Marshall's ass. So yeah, it's a bad thing.
I mean, yeah. I hope.
sorry.
I hope.
Wait, what?
No,
I hope.
I'm recording it. It's fine.
I hope you try harder, real Chris, as hard as you want.
I just might
So
actually
that-
have to try
so
you a
that-
little bit here.
so
Just
that
like
so that
my
when you
pinky just, like,
continue to
do
lose,
something.
you realize you're not worthy.
I'm not
You're
worthy.
not
I'm
worthy,
top of the league in
Chris.
draft.
What is
You
Who
it,
can
even
beat
worthy
me.
than
You can
me?
beat me in Halo all you want.
I can
That's
beat
fine.
anything else.
No, you
I
can't
can
beat me at
Chris
fantasy.
FIFA. I'm great at FIFA, Chris. Tell him, Chris, I'm not great at
Oh,
FIFA.
you play 5 at the back on FIFA. That you hear
Yeah,
that,
I'm
guys?
on
He
the
plays
team.
5 at the back.
Yeah,
5
and
at
you
the
have a better
back.
team than me. So
Yeah,
and
I'm just
what?
lucky. I got untradables. You know.
Yeah, and I'm skillful.
You know, skillful is playing 5
Hey,
back.
we
Then
got
I don't
someone! 2 seconds.
know. We're so happy.
Hold it. They got really excited
He
there.
is the king of the. Well, I think he's the king of the Bunda. He's
Oh.
back. Andrews.
Hey, we at least got someone here.
Sorry. First time viewer. I don't know what this channel is about.
Oh, you got a new scene. I just noticed.
I love the changes you've done. But I just want to say, yesterday was a big part of poop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People to
Yeah.
Andrew, I tried to tell them backstage, but I just got shouted
No,
down.
I look. I like to give credit to Man City a little bit too. I think they did play us very well, but it just made us look bad in a sense.
Yes.
Nah, we shit, I can't lie.
I thought without Mendy we would have got thrashed 4-0 or something like that.
Probably.
So I think we're all
It's very
better
possible.
for it. Remember, we lost to City as well. It's not like we drew at Brentford.
Yeah, that's what I'm
It's our
saying.
first
yeah.
loss as well.
It's not like we drew to Brentford. It's not like we lost to Aston Villa and had a penalty in the very last minute and waffled it.
Or drew to Southampton like Man City, or lose to Tottenham like Man City. You know what? If Chelsea fans were probably City fans, we'd probably be a bit panicking. You know, like
Oh my
you know,
god!
losing to Tottenham and drawn to Southampton. You know, we drew against Liverpool with 10 men, and you know, lost to City like a one-off game.
All I will say is, I agree with Will. Have you noticed how we start off the games really slow?
I've been saying that a lot.
We let them
Discord,
dictate. Yeah. Even yesterday, it was like he still started off slow. And I'm not having a go at two, but I thought he should have changed it at half time. It's the first time he's been reactionary instead of proactive.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I was
look
saying
at the week before against Spurs when he changed it at half time. It wasn't working. We all knew it wasn't working.
On the Discord, we were watching it together, and I was saying to Real Chris, I'm surprised you didn't make a change at halftime. And I think part of it was because the Reece injury. You make a change at halftime, you're down to one sub later on in the game. You know, that I think that did hinder him a bit. You know,
I think that shows how
Reece got hurt.
I think that shows how weak we are at right wing back. I think.
Wait,
and you know what? That's another thing too. Like now that Reece is gone, and we saw the performance that Aspie had last night.
Yeah.
I think it does show us that. I think the rumors are true. We really were going for Ashraf Hakimi, and we see why we needed him. But I don't know. Again,
Not
he's
for
also
18
not
million.
the right mentality, but not for the price, and also not for the mentality that he has.
Yeah.
But
But
Wife mentality.
you see with it's a gamble though, isn't it? It's a real gamble going in for a wing back because we don't want to go in and get a specialist wing back and then let's say we sack Tuchel in a year's time and then we're stuck with a wing back that our next manager just doesn't want to use and then we're playing a wing back at full back like what happened with Alonso. So we've got to be careful. We've just got to be careful.
Yeah. I it's really weird. It's like I think yesterday it was also more of just to be more braver with the passing. I mean, it's so ironic that last year around Lampard's time we were crossing in Shalaba and we haven't got anyone in there to cross to. But this year we've got someone to cross into and we're hardly crossing the ball in. It just doesn't make any sense. Remember yesterday it was like Aspilicueta got to the box and you saw like the two running into the box, right? Just cross it in. But he stopped, ran it back, and it was like
Aspie's decision making was so questionable yesterday. Like, and he's the one that's been linking up with freaking Lukaku in the crosses the most.
He crossed it yesterday. He crossed it in.
Exactly. He's just been, I don't know, something going. Aspie's performance yesterday was just not good. Maybe he was just exhausted. Who knows? But oh my god, like
the guy's getting old. He needed a lot.
He needed Tuchel to slap him like fucking Pep slap fucking the boy.
He needed to dick smack him. That's what he needed to do.
Fernando, how are you, Fernando?
Dude, that game yesterday, I thought Pep was this close from fucking cock smacking someone. He was getting too excited, man.
Yeah.
Pep was getting too excited. What's going on, Fernando?
I think
what
he
are
was.
you saying, bro?
You guys can you hear me?
Yeah, we can. Yeah.
Fernando was watching the game with us yesterday on Discord, by the way. So make sure you check out the Discord. You can watch.
Was you the one who fell asleep?
No, I didn't fall asleep. I was muted because I had family and people.
Someone was snoring. That's anyway.
I'm triple thingy on Discord, but it wasn't me that was sleeping. But I'm still recovering from the hangover. I have a hangover from the from the City game.
Wait, were you drinking? Were you drinking during the City game or after?
I mean, of course, after I will be drinking for joy. I was like drinking sorrow. So it's like every day it's getting longer. I'm like, when is the next match so I can forget the fucking notion.
Luckily, we have Champions League, man. So
yeah. Could be like
Arsenal. Man, what'd you think of the game overall, man?
Is there something to think about the game? I mean, we had the first time I felt like Tuchel was like he wasn't at it. We had a 0/10 performance from basically everyone except the defense and Mendy, and maybe Werner tried, but it wasn't.
Yeah, Werner did try.
Good. But trying is not enough at Chelsea, you know. So
that's true.
I don't think he could have done much more though. Of the how isolated they were. Like Lukaku was getting hugged a lot.
I mean, the problem I have. Yeah, the problem I have I have a problem with Lukaku because I feel like since we've tried to integrate him into the team, like there is no chemistry with him, and we've lost the fluidity we had when you had Havertz, Mount, and Werner in attack. And I'm pretty sure if we maybe played those three up front, we would maybe not have the performance we had on Saturday. I mean, I feel like at the moment our team is much better without Lukaku. If Tuchel actually considers it.
Wait, our team's better without Lukaku?
I think
that's a hot take for you, though.
I think we will create chances like we were creating last year, and Werner will miss like maybe 9 out of 10 of the chances, but we will create chances.
Maybe you have Lukaku and Werner. Oh, go on. I was gonna say just Lukaku, Werner.
That's the thing I brought up. I think Tuchel. I think the team is set apart. If we play 4-3-3, the team is set apart from the two behind Lukaku. I don't think he knows the best combination with Lukaku. I'm sorry, but they're gonna have to. Lukaku is the man. Okay, they're gonna have to adjust their game to him. I don't care what they did last season. Last season. This is a brand new season. This is Lukaku in his prime. If they can't get the job done, I don't care who it is. Mount, Havertz, don't care who they are. I don't want to waste Lukaku's prime years. Get them shipped out, ship up.
And he gets goals, doesn't he? Feed him.
Yeah. He gets goals out of nothing. Remember,
he does.
For the last 6 attempts, he scored 4 goals.
I know.
You know what I mean? It's like
it's crazy because oh, go on.
I was just gonna say, like, I do 100% understand where Fernando's coming from. You do notice that there is like some lack of chemistry, especially yesterday. Like the amount of times that Lukaku would ask for it got to a point where Lukaku was actually visibly frustrated. The amount of times he would ask for the ball from Aspie, the amount of times he would ask for the ball from like Kai or Werner, and it just wasn't there. Like there is a meshing that needs to be done, and we've been lucky enough that there were moments that we did have that chemistry going, and Lukaku was in the right place at the right time and managed to get a goal. But he's the one scoring the goals, you know. We don't have that in anyone else, really. Like we were fortunate enough that our defense stepped up and scored goals, or our other players stepped up and scored goals against Villa, but we haven't seen that since. It's hard but I think we just had to stick with Lukaku, kind of force it, and hopefully, there's some chemistry going on. What were you gonna say, real quick?
What was I going to say? I forgot now.
Something about the chemistry. Hopefully, some chemistry gets built.
Something about how Werner will come good in the end.
No, I don't know if it's about that actually. But like a Navy, you just mind with Timo, but the Navy with Timo and Lukaku and Kai Havertz or Mason Mount, like I do want to see Timo as well, more like, you know, with Lukaku, because like he couldn't do much against City. City outplayed us as a whole team, so you can't really blame that like Timo. Like, oh, Timo had a chance, like he did nothing against City, even though he did try a couple things. And if he does against Southampton, and we play like a 3-4-3 formation, and he plays at like the left side, Lukaku in the middle, Kai Havertz on the right, and it all like links up really well. We get goals and stuff, and play good football, as people say, or whatever, then, you know, it works. But I want to see something like that, Navy.
Oh, we must start by Southampton, Timo. We must start.
Yeah, he got 2 goals to
I think like we have maybe if Tuchel considers like a 3-4-1-2 with like Havertz in a cam role and Werner and Lukaku in attack, it will work because Werner and Havertz have a great chemistry.
Yeah.
So, I mean, even if, like, let's say the link up doesn't work with Lukaku, I'm pretty sure he would be able to link up with Werner. So I think that could be a way forward. Like,
yeah, you know, Fernando, you bring that up, and that's why I want to still persist with 3-5-2. I want to see what we can get out of it. I feel like we only just scratched the surface, because when you look at a 3-5-2, you can do a double pivot and you can play Havertz as a cam or Mount as a cam as a single attacking midfielder.
Yeah, exactly.
That could create, and we haven't seen that, and I think maybe that's what we should have done yesterday. I feel like yesterday we played with Jorginho as a single pivot and Conte and Kova as 8s, when we really should have done a double pivot and a single 8 or a single number 10. You know, but
I think
we'll see what happens.
I think Chilwell has to start next 2 matches.
I hope he does.
I think it's time to get him back into form.
Yeah, I think
because Alonso. It's pretty hard. I think Alonso has played out of himself parts of the season, and the other games we've seen, he's been average. I think his usual self, but I just think I want Chile B, because at least he will cross it. I mean, Alonso barely crossed it, and we know Chilwell's a better crosser of the ball.
Can barely remember Alonso in that game because he didn't even cross the damn ball, I don't think.
And when he did, it went out of play.
Jesus.
I mean,
and that's the other thing too I thought was weird. I mean, I get why he's not playing, but when you've beaten Man City 3 times in a row and every single time Chilwell was in that lineup, this time you have Alonso, the outlier. Just blame the game on Alonso.
Yeah, just blame Alonso.
Like we all know that Alonso, if we have like their attacking side, the dominating side, he's like a second striker or something. But when we have to defend and we're backed against the wall, he's like the worst possible defender you'd want at.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've been defending him recently because I don't like Alonso. I want him out of the team, but I have been defending him recently, saying he's been playing well and actually defended well in this other game. But I don't even remember what game it was. It was probably Villa, but it was just, what are you gonna do, guys? But all right, next game is gonna be Wednesday against Juve. We'll see how we perform on that one.
Morata's out, so that's advantage Juve.
And
they have Allegri, advantage us. Hey, listen, I don't think they even won a game yet. Let's just get it right. Yeah, they've been struggling, man, so we'll see what happens.
We can't disrespect him.
Yeah. And the past is the past, Will. You know, we're moving on. We're champions of Europe, man. Come on,
Forget
man.
about it.
Forget about it, Will. But anyways, guys, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Will, we can end the stream, right? Or do we need Kai?
No, I can end the stream.
Hey, Kai,
you can end the stream. All right, good.
Yeah,
no, not yet.
Guys.
Let me do the outro. But guys, we're gonna go ahead and finish this up, wrap it up. Thank you everyone for being here. Make sure you guys smash that like button, as it does help the YouTube algorithm get us out of the dark dungeons where Alonso lies and into the light and into more people to come to the channel. Also, make sure if you're new to the channel, subscribe, leave a comment. If you watch this, let us know how much you love Alonso in the comments below or how much you hate him. Who knows? I don't care. I don't discriminate. And check out the descriptions below. Join us on our Discord. We hang out there very often. We watch games together, like literally actually watch the game. Like someone streams it and we watch the game all on one monitor. It's a great way to watch games together as fans. Fernando can attest to it, and all of us here. And also make sure you check out the Twitter, all our other Twitter handles. Check out my channel. Make sure you check out Winter Surfer's Twitter handle right there, the Winter Surfer, the only Winter Surfer. No more Hives FC. And yeah, guys, that's been the show. Thank you for being here, and we'll catch you next time. Don't do drugs, and if you subscribe, we'll be your best friend.